March 8th, 2022, Year of the Tiger NFTs. This was an email to Michael Goldstein of Typical Tigers. I said, I'm up early because I couldn't sleep thinking about this. I'm thinking about a Year of the Tiger collection for 2022 that generates $4 million or more. I have to raise $3.5 to $4 million each year to fund Big Cat Rescue, and that's a lot of my time and work. If I put that amount of time into an NFT community instead, could I raise that much or more? From what I can tell, if you sold out 3,900 typical tigers at 0.045 ETH, that raised roughly $450,000. What would we have to do in order to more than 10x that? I watched a video about NFT generators for under $3,000, where all you have to do is provide the art. Those prices will come down as others enter the space. If you haven't seen them, they compile the art, such as background, body shape, eyes, mouths, etc., and allow you to select the chain and the address for funds, so it looks pretty turnkey. I could get my own volunteers to cut out images of our tigers, current and past, to overlay on different backgrounds to create rarity. And then I debated whether to read all of these to you, but I think these cats deserve it. I listed for him our 8 current tigers at Big Cat Rescue are Kali, PRIYA, ARIA, DUTCHESS, Max, SIMBA, JASMINE, and KIMBA. And then there were 32 past tigers from Big Cat Rescue that I was going to include in this. Alex, Amanda, Andre, Andy, Arthur, Aurora, Bella, Bengali, Shakara, China Doll, Cookie, Flavio, Gabrielle, Hoover, India, KEISHA, KIMBA, King, MODNIC, NAKITA, Nala, Sapphire, Sarmoti, SETH, SHERE, SIMBA, SNORKLE, TEISHA, TJ, TRUCHA, ZABU, and ZEUS. Each tiger already has a bio page at bigcatrescue.org. Typically, it's the web address and then the cat's name. This gives people a connection to the tiger's spirit and helps their time in cages here not to have been in vain. A roadmap would be something like 90% of mint and secondary sales goes to caring for the living tigers at Big Cat Rescue for 2022, the Year of the Tiger, so that I can spend all of my time raising awareness about the looming extinction of the tiger before it's too late. If we exceed the $3.5 million necessary to fund the sanctuary, then there are some hard costs we could cover, such as $250,000 to fund the rest of our live webcam installation. We have a dozen cams, but have committed to 30 more Verkada cams. There is an annual service fee, too, that is pretty high. See bigcatrescue.org/cams. My webmistress is in the process of creating a membership site for Big Cat Rescue, so typical tigers holders and our current donors could be the only ones given access. Even though we have about 90,000 people on our mailing list, only about 8,000 or so are donors. I have also 2 paid staff who manage over 200 volunteers on our social channels, but I'd like to pull more of that traffic off Facebook onto our own web channel. I could afford to do that if the web channel were generating enough income each year. Facebook and YouTube bring in somewhere around $400,000 a year. I've been asked to fund $180,000 to rescue 10 of the 20 big cats from the Luan Zoo in Argentina. Geraldine Vidal claims to have experience in exporting big cats from closed zoos in Argentina, but I don't know her. I've asked if she'd considered Animal Defenders International, who we did Peru and Guatemala tiger rescues with, or Pat Craig at Wild Animal Sanctuary, but she said ADI hasn't responded and Pat Craig can't fund the transfer and all of the expense of building cages and then caring for the cats for the rest of their lives. When you calculate the life of a tiger and the cost of feeding, vet care, caging, and overhead, it's easily $1 million per cat over their lifetime. I can't do this rescue mission because it would be 2 years of paperwork. Been there, done that. And even if we got the cats out, there's no way to keep the Luan Zoo from breeding more cubs to use. I need to focus my time on passing our federal bill this year because it's the first step to saving the tiger globally. I only mention the situation as an example of the huge need there is for funding, as well as education to end this abuse. Sorry for the long email, and even the suggestion that you do all the work of creating the campaign for only 10% of the return to you and your tribe, but I think the goodwill generated could be enormous as you grow your brand. We only offer tours of Big Cat Rescue to donors of $1,000 or more. So if someone held enough typical tigers, baby tigers, or Year of the Tigers NFTs, we could burn them for tours, making the existing NFTs more valuable. I don't know quite how that works, but if it generated the $1,000 to the sanctuary, then I'd make sure the people got their tour. Imagine cutouts like this tiger named Bengali for each of the 40 tigers above on different backgrounds. See attached. His bio page is at bigcatrescue.org/Bengali. I'm going to float this idea with some of our folks at bigcatrescue.org/NFT leaderboard too, since they have donated from their projects to Big Cat Rescue already. And that was the end of the email. The next section says, on TV tonight, I was the Golden Mike secret celebrity on I Can See Your Voice. I barely remembered recording that sometime in 2021 remotely. It was the season finale, and Mike Lou was the only one the contestant got right until the very last scene.